So this will be the scientific explanation using auricular acupuncture mainly, and also I will give some idea about the TCM. The meaning of TCM is traditional acupuncture. This is the traditional acupuncture. So let's proceed now. So the first question comes, how to increase the height? If we are successful for increasing the height, if we can do something for increasing the height, means we are increasing the growth of the bones, because we know whenever we are talking about the height, we are talking about the growth of the bones, and especially in the legs or spine. If we see the human body, if the height of your arm increasing, that we cannot consider it as a height growth. Height can be increased just by giving the growth in your spine and bones. So let's see this image. In this image, we can see very clearly, like this is the bone of the legs. We can see if we can do something to increase the length of these bones, then it is possible to increase the height. Or we can do something in the spine. What we can do something in the spine? If we can increase the gap between each vertebra at the normal physiological level. I'm not talking about the on the pathological level. If we can increase the gap between two vertebra till they feel very normal, till they are not creating any problem, so we can imagine then height can be increased. If the height of arm is increasing, then it will not affect your body height. So what I am telling you, the question comes whether this is possible or not, whether we can do some growth in the bones or not, whether we can increase the height of the vertebrae, means we can increase the gap between vertebrae or not. So I will tell you, yes, definitely yes. If you stimulate the basic energies, if you do something which is working on the deeper level, which is giving the raw material and basic substance to grow the bones, then you can get the success. So let's discuss about this thing. So the first question is this: how to increase the height? So definitely we can increase the height by enhancing the growth of the bones. Second question: how to make bone stronger? If we are able to do these things, so simultaneously we have to work on the bone growth. We have to make the bone stronger. So whatever protocol we are going to discuss today, that is not only useful for the height, that is also useful for all the person suffering with any problem of the bones, like osteoporosis, like osteopenia, like joint pain, like osteoarthritis, all the problem who are appearing in the body because of degeneration of the bones. So just by applying this concept which we are going to discuss today, you are not only doing the growth in the height, but as well as you are strengthening the bones. So this protocol will be very helpful for your patients who are suffering with the problem of degeneration, with the problem of osteopenia, osteoarthritis and all. So let's proceed now. So while this discussion, now next question comes. At the what age you can do this thing? So can we have some age limitation? Can we can increase the height till the age of 16 or 20? So I will tell you very frankly, because I have conducted many workshops in some part of India, and during the our workshops, we have applied this protocol to all the participants for so that they can experience well. So we have seen every age group is getting height growth. Now you will definitely think, oh, how it is possible? Everyone will be thinking in that way, how it is possible? It cannot be possible as per the science. We cannot give the growth in the bones after a certain age, like 25 or 28, 30 years. But I will tell you one thing. The thing is this, I have seen, this is the father, means I have seen one father. The height of father is 5 feet 7 inch, and this is the father, and this is the son. Height of son also 5 feet 7 inch. Okay. Now what is happening when sun is growing and sun is reaching at the age of 30 or 35 of years of age? That time, if you see the height of sun, it will be 5 feet 7 inch. That time, father may be near about maybe 65 or 70 years. And you will see the height of father. It will not be 5 feet 7 inch. Because with the age, everyone is getting one thing. And the name of that thing is degeneration. With the age, the gap between two vertebrae, gap in the spine, because earlier spine like that, but now it become little nearer. So the height of the spine, the gap between the vertebral spine is reducing. So this is a normal procedure that with the age, height is getting reduced, height is reducing. So now we will say, when son become 5 feet 7 inch, and you son is 35 years, and father is 70 years, and father is becoming 5 feet 6 inch, or sometimes 5 feet 5 inch. So with the age, because of degeneration, height is reducing. And this depends person to person. For the some person, degeneration may be very fast. And for some other person, it may be little slower. So what is happening for these types of father who was having 5 feet 7 inch height earlier, but now because of the degeneration, he become 5 feet 5 inch. If we apply our height formula, so we can realign the spine, we can restart the regeneration in the bones. So with the help of this formula, we can again strengthen the bone and increase the height. So the concept of increasing height is not only the increasing the height, but the concept of increasing height is also connected with increasing the bone density, increasing the normal, proper, or we can tell aligned gap between two bones or two vertebrae. So we have experienced, because first I tried this protocol for the 16 years patient, for the 20 years patient, For the 25 years patient, 30 years patient, 35 years, 40 years, even I tried 70 years. This formula working everywhere. So it is working everywhere. Why? Because in this age group, 16, 20, 25, they are having possibility of height growth. But when we talk about this age group, because of degeneration, they are getting reduced height. Their height is getting reduced. So we are doing again normal alignment. So for this purpose, we are doing this protocol. So this protocol, which we learn, will not only use for the height growth, but also will use this protocol for all the patients suffering with osteopenia, all the patients suffering with reduced calcium in the bones, all the patients suffering with the joint pain, all the patients suffering with pain anywhere in the body because of degeneration in the bones. So this protocol is a very master stroke. And while using this protocol, we will achieve lots of success. So let's discuss now. So first we will discuss the scientific explanation as per the acupuncture. In our body, we have three types of energy. First energy, we tell prenatal energy. Prenatal. The meaning of prenatal energy is that we are getting from the birth. We have seen that many persons who are taking birth, they are so strong, so powerful. Whatever they are eating right or wrong, but they are still healthy. But many other kids, little change in the weather, little change in the food habits, and they will suffer with the cough and cold, with the pneumonia, and many other problems. So why happening with one kid is very healthy and another kid is becoming ill again and again? So this is because of the prenatal essence which we are getting from the birth. And this is purely depends on the two things. Number one, the health of father and mother, means health of parent. If the health of father, the health of mother is good, then the quality of sperm, the quality of ovum will be good. Then the zygote and new kid who is appearing with a combination of sperm and ovum, he will get good prenatal essence. In the acupuncture, it has been proved that if father is a chain smoker, if father is smoking a lot, then kid taking birth, his right lung will be weaker because right lung we are getting from the father, left lung we are getting from the mother. If mother is smoking during the pregnancy, or mother get tuberculosis during the pregnancy, or some lung disease, then left lung of the kid will be poorer. So in this way, this is the prenatal essence which we get from the parents. Number two, We also can tell which we get from the divine, because there are lots of role of the divine also. So that's why many kids are taking birth. They are so strong, so healthy. They are having so good emotional stability throughout the life. But another person is not healthy, not emotionally stable. So the prenatal essence is a very big thing and doing the role in this thing. Second is postnatal essence. The postnatal essence, now we took the birth. Now we are eating a food, drinking lots of things. We are getting energy from the this bird, from the plants, from the veggies. Now, it depends on us that we are taking good food or not. Because nowadays, many people, they are very intelligent. They are very busy person. They are very good businessman. But they are not taking food on the time. And they are not taking food which should be taken. So we should have good sense of the food. We should have knowledge of the food as per our constitution. If we are not taking that food, then our postnatal essence will get disturbed. And third one is the kidney essence. Kidney essence play very important role. Like kidney is the treasure, or kidney is the treasure of energy in our body as per the acupuncture. As per the acupuncture, if we talk about the five element, so kidney is the organ who is responsible for the bone growth. So let's see little bit about the five element. So this is the five element we can say. So as per the acupuncture, all the tissues has been classified in different organs, but my focus here is kidney. Kidney is connected with the growth of bones. Kidney also connected with the scalp here, but my concern here, bones. So if our kidney is good, if our kidney essence is good, then our bone growth will be good. But if kidney essence is disturbed, then bone will get disturbed. So as per the acupuncture, whenever we talk about the bones, either this is the bones of the legs or bones of the arm or bones anywhere in the body, as per acupuncture, the bone means the tissue who is getting energy from the kidney. So one more thing I want to tell you here. As kidney is connected with the bones, so liver also connected with the ligaments and tendons, because two bones are connected with each other with the ligament or tendon. So this is the binary language of acupuncture. The meaning of this, if you strengthen your kidney, your bone will be good. If you strengthen your liver, your ligament will be good. Because you have seen many patients coming to you, doctor, I got ligament injury. So if liver is strong, then ligament will be stronger. Then person will not suffer with the ligaments problem. So let's understand this concept here. So we have, in our body, we have two kidney, right kidney and left kidney. Right kidney has been considered as a father kidney. Left kidney has been considered as a mother kidney. So right kidney and left kidney both play different role as per the acupuncture. When we talk about the filtration, when we talk about the urination, when we talk about the normal kidney organ, means just we are talking about the left kidney. But the meaning of right kidney is father kidney. It means, as per the acupuncture, right kidney means this is energy. In the acupuncture, we tell it yang. So right kidney is connected with the energy, or in the other word we tell right kidney store the energy which is the treasure of our body. So this is the two kidney, right kidney and left kidney. As per the acupuncture, right kidney means energy kidney and left kidney means filtration kidney. Who do the filtration? Right kidney is also called father kidney and left kidney is also called mother kidney. Right kidney stores the energy which is prenatal energy, but left kidney is do the filtration activity. This thing maybe look like a little strange, but in the acupuncture there is a very vast, very clear explanation of this thing. Now, look at this image. Yeah, look at this image. So in this image, we can see two kidney, right kidney, left kidney. We are looking from the back side. So we are looking from the back side. So this is the right kidney and this is the left kidney. So in the acupuncture, when anyone coming to you and asking you, can you do something for my bones? So we are stimulating one point here and one point here. The name of this point is UB23. But okay, forget about this point. But just I want to bring the focus here that we are stimulating UB23 point, which is connected with the kidney. But my focus right now here, we have two kidney, one right kidney, one left kidney, and in between, we have a great point. The name of this point is Ming Mang. Ming Mang. Mingmen, Ming Mang. Once I went to one pranic healing session, and during the discussion, they told me that we have Ming Mang chakra here. Oh, Ming Mang? But I told that Ming Mang is the word of acupuncture. Then they told, no, we tell is Ming Mang chakra. Then I asked, okay, tell me what is the importance of this? Then they described me, if someone is suffering with a high energy, so what we do, we drain the energy from Ming Man. We take out the energy from Ming Man. We clean the Ming Man. Okay. Second thing they told, if someone is suffering with a low energy, then we supply energy from the Ming Man in the body. It is so surprising thing. This thing has been told in the pranic healing. So this is called Ming Man chakra. When I was doing the pranic marma practice, in marma science, it has been written, they have given some name to this marma point. And they told, do not stimulate this point if someone is suffering with a high blood pressure or high energy. And stimulate this point if someone is having low blood pressure or low energy. Again, surprising means all the different science is accepting this Ming Man in a different way. But as per the acupuncture, this point just between the two kidney, and this point is stored the energy of right kidney. means this point stored pure energy, lots of electricity, lots of heating energy. This point stored lots of heating energy, lots of electricity, and this point found just in between two kidneys. In acupuncture, the name of this point is governing vessel 4, GB4 or governing vessel 4. And we touch this point in the marma therapy for enhancing the energy in the person. So if some person coming to you with a weak energy, with a low energy, just you keep your hand here for 3 minutes and you can see the changes. Energy will ignite. So let's see here. So we can see here, look at here. These are the two kidney we can see. And just in between two kidney, this is the location of governing vessel 4, GV4. And this is called Ming Meng chakra or Ming Meng point. And I have written here, this is the storehouse of energy, which store the energy coming from the right kidney. And remember one thing, whenever you want to do something for the bones, you have to start from the kidney. Because kidney is the source who is giving energy to the bones, or even we can tell bone marrow. Bone marrow, because bone marrow inside of the bones, which is a factory. So bone is getting the good growth if your right kidney is good. So first energy is coming in the GB4 or governing vessel 4 or Ming Meng chakra. Either you can put the needle here or you can do the tonification here or you can do the healing here. But if someone is having high energy, then just do the sedation here, just reduce the energy from this point, and just you can do mental cleaning from this point. And this point is wonderful for increasing the blood pressure, for decreasing the blood pressure, for increasing the energy in the bones. Now, so what is happening? So we have Ming Meng chakra between both the kidney. So this is the right kidney. This is the left kidney. And in between we have one chakra. The name of that chakra is Ming Man. Now, this is the storehouse of energy, or we tell this is having the energy of right kidney, or in the other word we tell this have energy of kidney yang. Yang means energy. So now, from this point, energy is getting lifted up, and this energy is traveling all around in the body, all around in the body. This energy is reaching in each and every body part from the Ming Men chakra. So this chakra is the distributor of energy. This chakra giving energy to each and every body part. So if this chakra having excessive energy, then person will be hyperactive. But if this chakra having poor energy, then person will be inactive or lower active. The Ming Meng chakra is also responsible for giving the sexual energy. If someone is having good energy on the Ming Meng chakra, his sexual potency will be good. He will be good performer during the sexual intercourse. But if someone is suffering with the erectile dysfunction, that is connected with the right kidney and governing vessel 4. So if someone is suffering with the erectile dysfunction, sexual problem or impotency, so this will be the first point. From there, we will start enhancing the energy. As per the acupuncture, right kidney is connected with the bones. Right kidney is connected with the scalp hair. And kidney is also connected with the sexual activity. So if patient is coming with a complaint of erectile dysfunction, so first we look at the governing vessel 4 or Ming Meng chakra or storehouse of energy. If the energy the energy becomes split at this chakra, so just by healing this chakra 3 minutes every day, you can enhance the energy. Right now our target to increase the density of the bones. So whenever we want to increase the density of the bones, this will be the first point, Ming Meng or governing vessel 4. Now, the question comes here, the person who are very new, for them, they have to focus a little more when we talk about the ear acupuncture, when we talk about the auricular acupuncture. In the ear or in the auricular acupuncture, our body is like fetus in the mother womb. We can see here, inverted fetus. So our whole ear represent complete body in the same way, head down and reproductive part will be in the upper part. So we can see in the image. So right now, just we will focus on one place. So if you touch your ear, then you can feel this is the little hardest part of the ear, very hardest part of the ear. You can see in the mirror and you will see this is the bicep structure in your ear. The name of this point is antihelix. Just if you do the massage of antihelix every day, you can enhance the problem, you can rectify the problem in spine, because as per the acupuncture, this hardest structure is our spine. So you can say in the mirror, when you see your ear image in the mirror, you will find this hardest structure, and this is looking like bicep. This is looking like bicep. This is antihelix. If you do massage of this whole part, so you can increase the strengthening of the bones. So this whole part is connected with the bones. Okay, so now we can see this part is starting from here and ending here. From here, then this bifurcation starts. So we are considering the starting of the spine here and ending of the spine here. So this is the upper spine, this is the middle spine, and this is the lower spine. In this way, if you want to do the treatment in the body, so just you can do the rubbing on the governing vessel 4. You rub this point 50 times in the direction of upward, because we have to enhance the energy upward. So if you do the upward direction on the governing vessel 4, so you can tonify this point. But if you want to do the same thing in the ear, then how can you do? You have to put the needle, or you can put the seeds, or you can do the acupressure toward downward side, because in the ear body is just opposite. So we are, when rubbing this point downward, so we are rubbing towards the head region, because this point direct the energy of this point directed toward the head, and the head is here. So this will be the first point. So now you have two options. Option number 1, you do the rubbing on the governing vessel 4 on the backs only, and do the rubbing in the upward direction. And second option, you can put the seed here, or you can do the acupressure here downward, or you can put the needle facing downward. So this will be the first point. So you can see here, this is clearly, I have make a pointed dot here. You can see the pointed dot here. This is the arrow. So your needle should be directed downward so that you can send the energy downward toward the head, toward the, as per you can see in the first image. So this is the Ming Man stimulation. And this stimulation will help for the bones because we are increasing the kidney energy all around in each and every body part, and kidney energy is responsible for doing growth in the bones. Let's proceed now. Now, next thing comes. Acupuncture is a very scientific science, and everything has been explained very scientifically. In the acupuncture, we have 8 ministers. In the acupuncture, we have total 8 ministers. Because in our body, we have lots of things. In our body, we have bones. In our body, we have muscles. In our body, we have blood. In our body, we have blood vessels. In our body, we have skin. So in our body, we have different things. So we have, like in our India, we can see the railway minister will take care, the railway department, if something happening wrong, connected with the railway department, this will be the responsibility of railway minister. The agriculture minister will take care anything happening wrong in the department of agriculture. In the same way, in our body, if something happening wrong with the bones, so there is a minister of bone. If something happening with the wrong with the muscle, then we have another minister of the muscle. So just approaching that one minister, he will take care any problem happening anywhere in the muscle. So when we talk about the bones in our body, we have minister of bone, that is urinary bladder 11. This is the point. This is the point who is minister of bones. So in this way, we have total 8 ministers in our body. Someone for blood, someone for blood vessels, someone for bones, someone for muscles, in that way. But now, right now, our focus is just bones because we want to give the growth in the bones. So the minister of bone is urinary bladder 11. In the acupuncture, we have told, we are not telling it minister. In the acupuncture, we are telling them influential point. The meaning of influential point, like if we talk about the bones, so we have UV11 is the influential point of bone. If anything we need related to the bones anywhere in the body, then we have to stimulate the urinary bladder 11 point. So never get confused with the name of UV or urinary bladder. It is not something related with the urinary bladder. In the acupuncture, this is the name of the points. So one energy nerve is going throughout the body, also going in the urinary bladder. So we have kept the name of this nerve urinary bladder, but this bones is also going from other part of the body. So let's see the urinary bladder meridian here. So we can see here, this is the urinary bladder meridian. So when we talk about the urinary bladder meridian, it starts from the eyes, then it crosses the head region. We can see it is going and crossing the uppermost part of the head. Then it is coming in the neck region. Then it is coming in the neck region. Then it is going down. We can see it is crossing whole back and beside the spine. Then it is also proceeding going down. Coming to the lower back, we can see. So this is the urinary bladder meridian. So when we talk about the urinary bladder meridian, it may be available all around the body. So it is also covering, now it is coming in the calf muscle. and it is going down, 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 and at last it is ending at the toes. So the purpose of showing this all the meridian route, that when we talk about the meridian, they are like a river, flowing from one place to another place, from one city crossing many, many cities and going long away in the same way. When we talk about the meridian, they are crossing lots of part from the body. And from here, when we talk about the bladder 11 point, so we can see here, this is the bladder 11 or urinary bladder 11. This is the point, which is the point which is responsible for the bone growth, which is responsible for the anything happening with the bones. So when you do anything with the bones, when we want to fight with the osteoarthritis, osteopenia, degeneration, anything which is connected with the bones, so never forget bladder 11, because this is the minister of bones. Suppose you are doing the treatment of knee, but you are not approaching the minister of bones, then your treatment will be incomplete. So whenever we want to do something in the body, we should also approach the higher authority. And when we talk about the bones, so higher authority is bladder 11. So we can see here, this is the bladder 11. If we see the bladder 11, it is just at the level of thoracic vertebra 1. When we talk about the thoracic vertebra, so in this image we can see in the neck we have 7 vertebrae. In the neck we have total 7 cervical vertebra. We can see here. You can count one by one. So see, this is the cervical 1. This is the cervical 2, cervical 3, cervical 4, cervical 5, cervical 6, cervical 7. So in the neck region, we have total 7 cervical vertebra till here. As soon as cervical vertebra ends, now thoracic vertebra start. So thoracic 1, or in the short we tell T1. So this is the thoracic vertebra. Then this is the T2. Then this is the thoracic 3. So we have total 12 thoracic vertebra, T1 to T12. Right now, I want to just discuss about the thoracic 1. So if we see the any vertebra, so let's see here again. So this is the thoracic vertebra 1. This is the thoracic vertebra 2. In between we have gap. In this gap we have disc. Which is soft jelly-like substance which protect the bone from friction. Okay. So between thoracic 1 and thoracic 2, we have this disc. Now, if from this level means below the thoracic, from the level of disc, if you come on the side, just a 2 finger, how much? 2 finger, 1 finger and 2 finger. If you're coming just a 2 finger on the side, this is the location of UV 11. Why 2 finger? Because when we talk about acupuncture, we measure anything with the help of finger, and we imagine the finger of patient. So when we talk about our fingers, so like this is our hand. So we are measuring with the help of finger. In the acupuncture, when we measure anything, we tell it chun, C-U-N, chun. So we are telling the thumb width. This is One chun. And the finger of two, the width of two finger, this is called, this is 1.5 chun. So this is the measurement technique of acupuncture. Thumb width is 1 chun and the width of two finger is 1.5 chun. Why we are doing this thing? Because if 3 feet patient coming to us, if some patient coming to us having 3 feet height, then thumb will be smaller, fingers will be smaller. If some other patient coming to us only 6-month-old baby, then finger very smaller. And one other person coming 6 feet long height, then person having bigger finger. So if we do measurement with the imagination of the finger of the patient, then it will be perfect. So it is not possible to do the measurement with the help of centimeter or inches, because distance of point also depend on the height of the person. So if we look at the spine, if from the spine, if you are coming 2 finger lateral side, or if from the spine, if you are coming 1.5 chun lateral, that is the location of UV11. And that is the minister of, that will be the minister of all the bones. So the next point will be UV11. Okay, so in this way, those who want to just stimulate the UV11 here only, they can touch this point, heal this point, and rub this point gently without applying more pressure, not much pressure required, because we are not doing acupressure, we are just doing energy, we are giving energy, we are giving the direction. So you can rub the point downward. Why downward? Because urinary bladder meridian energy is proceeding going downward. We can see 11 number point up, then 12 is down, 13 is down, 14 is down. So energy is moving downward. So here we have to put the needle downward, means not toward the head, but toward the feet. So here we can rub the point downward. So now coming here in this image, so we were on this point. So this is the location of urinary bladder 11. We can see here. This is the location of UV11. This is also location of the UV11, which is the minister of all the bones. So this will be our second point. So what we can do here, in the ear, we can see this is the neck region, because this is the neck region. So if this is the neck region, so in the acupuncture, what we are doing, we are putting needle in the neck. So what we are doing, I told you in the ear, this is the spine. So this is the neck region. Then this is the middle back region. Then this is the lower back region. So this will be our second point, that we are putting needle on the neck region downward. We are putting needle on the neck region toward the feet, because head is this side, feet is this side. So this will be our second point. So this will be our second point, downward. So we are putting the needle or we are doing the acupressure downward. We have to move the energy downward. Even we have seen many person are putting the seeds, auricular seeds, and they are achieving the results. So in this way, now this will be the second point. So first, what we did on the first step, we have ignited the energy from the governing vessel for a Mingman, and we send this energy all around in each and every bones from the kidney. Now bones are ready, because bones have got enough fuel to grow. Now on the second step, we have stimulated the minister of bones. UB11. In the first step, we have put the point. We can see on the lower spine because Ming Meng in the lower spine. And in the second step, we have put point in the neck region. So we have put the point here. These are the 2 points. With the help of these 2 points, we have started enhancing the energy in each and every bones because on the first step, we have ignited the energy in the governing vessel for Ming Meng, and Ming Meng has started to send this energy all around in everywhere in each and every bones. In the second step, we approach to the minister of bone. Now we will proceed to the third step. What is third step? You know, when we talk about the bones, who is the bank of bone? Who is the bank? What is the bones? The bone is the bank balance of calcium. In our bones, calcium is stored. So bones are the bank balance of calcium. So whenever you need some money, you take out from the bones. And after that, you will eat the food and you can keep again in the bones. So this thing happening with the help of thyroid gland and parathyroid gland. In our body, we have these 2 glands. So when we talk about any bones, bones is the storage of calcium. And in our body, in every procedure, calcium work like a fuel. Like you want to run, you need calcium. You want to do some activity, you need calcium. You want to make the blood, means your body want to make the blood. In that making process, need calcium. Without calcium, there are bundle, means many metabolic process cannot be happened without the calcium. So whenever you need the calcium, thyroid gland go to the bones and take out the calcium. So this is the responsibility of thyroid to take out the calcium from the bones and supplying wherever it is required. Like, okay, body is telling, okay, I want to make something, I want to make the blood, please give me calcium. And thyroid will go to the bones and will take out the calcium. This thing happening with one hormone, with a hormone. The name of that hormone is calcitonin, which secreted from the thyroid. So calcitonin hormone, which secreted from the thyroid gland, the work of calcitonin hormone to take out the calcium from the bones. And on the other hand, when we are eating the food, so from the food, calcium will be taken by the parathyroid gland, and parathyroid gland will deposit that calcium in the bones again. So in our body, we can see this is the thyroid gland. We can see this is the thyroid gland. On the back side, we have 4 parathyroid glands. Thyroid gland secrete calcitonin, which take out the calcium from the bones, and parathyroid gland secrete PTH hormone or parathormone, which deposit the calcium in the bones, which bring the good bone density. So thyroid and parathyroid both working together, both working, keeping hand in the hand. So when we require the calcium, calcitonin will be released by the thyroid gland. And when we don't require the calcium and we are eating the food, we are eating the calcium, then parathyroid gland will take the calcium and will deposit in the bones again. So whenever any patient suffering with the thyroid problem, means all the calcium metabolism get disturbed. So thyroid patient suffering with the calcium, metabolic problems. Thyroid person having low energy because lots of calcium metabolism procedure get disturbed. Not only this, thyroid also doing lots of other work, but right now our focus is bones. So now the third point will stimulate, that will be the thyroid point. Thyroid and parathyroid both are working together. Both are working under the guidance of brain. Both are working under the supreme power of which is brain, or we tell hypothalamus. So right now, whatever calcium you require in the body, it comes from the bones with the help of thyroid. And unwanted calcium available in the blood get deposited in the bones. So this is the point we can see here. This is the point. In the auricular acupuncture, we can see this is the gutter. This is the gutter-like procedure, gutter-like structure. Those who know acupuncture, they know this thing, but they don't know. For them, this is the outer covering of the ear. Then as soon as this finishes, we can see this gutter. Just you try to find out the lower end of this gutter. This is the place of thyroid gland. Not only thyroid, this is the point of thyroid and parathyroid both. So when we insert the needle here, when we do the seed, put the seed here, this is helping not only in the calcium metabolism, also for the patient suffering with the thyroid disease. This point is not only good for thyroid, but each and every problem of the throat region, because this point is belong to the throat. So that's why it is belong to the thyroid. Also belong to the parathyroid. So thyroid secreting calcitonin hormone and parathyroid secreting PTH hormone. So both are working together and maintaining the bone growth, because we require proper bone growth. If there is an excessive bone growth, that is also not good. Then two bones may get fused and we will lose the mobility. So we always require normal secretion of the each hormone. Either this is calcitonin or this is PTH. So this will be about next point, which is very good point for the thyroid. And we are regularly stimulating this point for the thyroid patient. Not only this, if someone is suffering with a throat pain, just using this one point can reduce the pain in the throat region. And not only this, at the level of throat, whatever structure coming in the body, this single point is enough to cure all the points problem. Let's see here in other image. So look at this image. So I will clarify this point here. So we can see our thyroid gland available in the throat region. So when we stimulate this point, which I told you right now, this point is good for the throat region. This point good for the thyroid. This point good for the parathyroid. This point good for any pain in this part or any pain in this part, anywhere in the including shoulder region. This point, which we just stimulated here. So in this whole bed, even someone is suffering with the pain in the collarbone, some other patient suffering with the shoulder pain. So the lowermost point of this gutter is very much useful. So we are using this point for many times for the patient suffering with the shoulder pain or frozen shoulder. So look at here in this image. So this is the point, the lowermost point. It is very easy to find out. Just as soon as this outer covering finished, you search the gutter. and the lowermost point of the gutter. This is the lowermost point. This is the lowermost point, and this is the point. If you do the acupressure here, you can work very nicely for the thyroid problem. So our third point will be this. This will be the third point, that is thyroid. I'm writing here thyroid, but you should consider the thyroid plus parathyroid both. So my first point was Ming Man. Second point was bone minister or UB11. First point was Ming Man or governing vessel 4. Second point was UB11. Third point is thyroid. So body intelligence decides that how much calcium needed. And this thing happened under the control of brain, or we can tell hypothalamus. So hypothalamus give message to the pituitary gland, and pituitary gland work on the thyroid. Because we know in our body, we have very good system of the endocrine glands. So when we talk about the endocrine glands, in our body, we have multiple endocrine glands. You can see here in this image. So right now my focus is this. So first, the message comes from the hypothalamus, which is the part of the brain. Then this message comes to the pituitary gland. When we talk about the pituitary gland, we talk about the third eye. So we are putting some bindi, some tilak, some chandan, or we are activating third eye, the point between two eyebrows, for the purpose of stimulating the pituitary gland. Or we can also put the needle here for the purpose of pituitary gland. Pituitary gland secreting thyroid hormone or TSH. Then this thyroid hormone working on the thyroid gland. And thyroid and parathyroid, these two glands working in the collaboration with each other. I told you just earlier, parathyroid gland secrete parathormone and thyroid gland secrete calcitonin. So, pituitary gland secreting TSH. So next point will be pituitary gland, because pituitary gland is the master gland. And this is the normal rule that whenever we want to work for any problem which is connected with the hormones, we cannot forget this third eye. We cannot forget this pituitary gland. We cannot forget this endocrine glands. So this will be our next point. That will be endocrine glands or pituitary gland. So let's look at here in this image. And just I want to bring you focus here on one thing. Because we are seeing lots of patients, they are taking normal drumstick powder, normal milk, a normal thing which is having good calcium. This is one thing. And other patients who are taking calcium tablets. So what is the difference between both of things? The thing is this, the calcium tablet is not having intelligence. The calcium tablet is responsible for deposition of calcium anywhere in the body. Either this is bones or this is blood vessels. So many times they are creating the problems. But when we take the natural things, natural calcium, which is coming from the plant source, which is coming from the different source, like we are taking in the food or herbs. So they are natural calcium and they are very useful. We have seen many patients suffering with the calcaneal spur, means unwanted calcium growth on the bones and also unwanted calcification, or we have seen the calcium deposition in the blood vessels because they are taking the calcium pill. So try to give the natural sources of calcium as a supplement if you are giving to a patient. Here our TSH, our thyroid gland doing that work. Thyroid and parathyroid gland doing that work. If your thyroid and parathyroid gland is good, then there is no need of the calcium. Body will make the calcium from the food, whatever you're eating. So in this way, now we can see this image. This is the third eye or pituitary gland. This is the third eye or endocrine gland. And I told you this endocrine gland we can never forget if you want to do any treatment for the bones. So in our ear, this is the point we can see here. This is the point hidden inside. Because as per the auricular acupuncture, if we see this is the depression or pit here. So this depression or pit here, this belongs to the endocrine glands because as per the auricular acupuncture, this is the head, this is the spine. As per the auricular acupuncture, actually this is the brain and this is the spine and this is the nose. And between nose and we can see, you see your nose and see your brain. Between the nose and brain, you have third eye. So this is the point of third eye. And this is the clear depression here. I will show you all the point. Once again, so this is the point, which is very useful for all the problem which is connected with the endocrine glands or hormone disorders. So this point is very much useful, not only for the endocrine glands, not only for the bone growth, but this point is connected with all the problem which is connected with the hormonal disorders. Because when we talk about the endocrine glands, the endocrine glands and pituitary gland secreting lots of hormone, pituitary gland secreting lots of hormone like growth hormone, which is responsible for the growth. If this hormone is not proper, then person may get one disease. The name of the disease is dwarfism. Person will be short-heighted. This pituitary gland secreting lots of hormone like ACTH, like GTH, like lots of hormone secreted by the pituitary gland. So right now our focus, we want to enhance the growth hormone because growth hormone is connected with the body bone growth and each and every growth in the bones, each and every growth in the body. So our this fifth point, our fourth point will be endocrine glands here. So in this image we can see here, this is the point. So in this way, we have seen points. Number one, we have seen Ming Mang, which is igniting the energy, sending energy all around. Second point, we have stimulated the point UV11 near the neck. Third point, we have stimulated the point thyroid. And fourth, we have stimulated this endocrine, which is connected with growth hormone. Now, we have two last point. So, when we talk about the bone growth, see any bones in the body. If you see any bones in the body, like see here, this is the bone. Or see in the legs, this is the bone. Let's talk about these leg bone. So in the leg bone, we have bones here. We have bones here. And in between we have joint. Inside of joint we have 10 ligaments. Ligaments like a rope, they are connecting one bones to another bone. So if ligaments are poor, then it is very difficult to giving the pulling pressure between two bones, because ligaments are making very tight grip between the bones, and they are giving good support inside the joint. So whenever some person is having poor ligament, so joint will be painful. So many times there is a joint pain because of ligaments, not because of the bones. And these ligaments are available in each and every joints. So our next focus will be that we have to strengthen the ligament. As per the five element theory, when we talk about the ligaments, so as per the five element theory, whenever we are talking about the ligament is connected with the liver and gallbladder. Like bones are connected with the kidney. But when we talk about the ligament, so as per the acupuncture, when we are talking about the ligament are connected with the liver. Because in the acupuncture, everything has been explained in the language of five elements. So when we talk about the bones, they are connected with the kidney. But when we talk about the ligaments, they are connected with the liver and gallbladder. So if our liver and gallbladder will be good, then all joint will be powerful, stronger. So ultimately, finally, we have to finally stimulate the point of liver and kidney. So with the help of liver point, we can strengthen the ligament. And with the help of kidney, again, we will strengthen the bones. So now this will be our final point, final stroke in this. So finally, what we are going to do, we will take this point, because if you see in our ear, we have this inside cavity like this. And even we can see in the ear, this is the one separation who is dividing ear in two parts. You can look at the ear of anyone. You can see this is the one separation who is dividing ear in two parts. So just upper part is liver. So when you want to serve the liver point, this is the liver point. And we have liver here, we have gallbladder here. Just next point will be the gallbladder. Because as per the ear acupuncture, the ear acupuncture is very simple as science. This is the head region. This is the chest region. This is the abdomen region. And this is the reproductive part, because body is inverted. So we can see this is the head region. This is the chest region. This is the abdomen region. And this is the reproductive part as per the acupuncture. So in this way, our focus is just abdomen region, because we want to stimulate the point, which is connected with the liver and kidney, liver and gallbladder. So in this upper part, if we do division of ear in two parts with the help of this bifurcation, so this is the liver, then gallbladder, then kidney. 3 points will be one after another. So this will be the final stroke. We will put the liver, gallbladder, and kidney. We can put seeds here, we can put the needle here, or we can do the acupressure here. The liver and gallbladder connected with the ligament and tendons inside the bones, and the kidney is connected with the bone growth. So this is the final treatment. So finally, we can see here. Here, this is the liver, this is the gallbladder, and this is the kidney. So liver, gallbladder, kidney. Many persons who are doing acupuncture, they are putting needle together from liver to gallbladder and one needle to the kidney. If you want to know the location of kidney, one another way to find out, because kidney will be the last point here. We can see this bicep structure here. A bicep, this is the tip of bicep, and just if you go down, that is the point of kidney. So in this way, we can find out the point of kidney. Kidney is connected to the bone growth, and we can never think anything which is connected with the bones without kidney. So this will be the final protocol. This will be the final protocol of increasing the height, increasing the bone density. First point will be Ming Mang. Second point will be UB11. So first point will be Ming Mang here. Second point will be UB11 here. This is the first point, this is the second point. Third point will be thyroid. Thyroid point will be here. Fourth point will be endocrine. Endocrine point will be here. Fifth point, liver and gallbladder. So liver and gallbladder point will be here. And final point will be kidney. Kidney point will be here. So this is the final protocol for increasing the height. We can use this protocol for height. We can use this protocol for the bone alignment. We can use this protocol for increasing the alignment, for improving the alignment in the bones. We can use this protocol for any problem which is connected to the bones. Now, I already discussed what are the last stage when height can be increased. At any age, you can work with this protocol. Now, point comes the direction of needles. How can we put the direction? What will be the direction? So let's see here again. I told you in the Ming Mang energy, we have to lift upward. So the direction of Ming Mang. If we are putting the needle, so let's discuss first needle. So first needle will be downward. Because in the Ming Mang, we are sending energy toward the head. Second, UV11, UV11 in the neck region. In the UV11, urinary bladder is coming downward. And we are tonification, we are doing the tonification, we are enhancing the energies. So in the urinary bladder, because urinary bladder meridian is going toward the feet. So we will put the needle in the direction of urinary bladder meridian. So these two needles facing towards each other. One needle Ming Mang, who is upper needle, and one needle UV11, that is downward. Third point will be thyroid. In the thyroid, we are sending energy toward the brain. That will be the third point. So here, first needle. This is the second needle. And this will be the third needle. In the thyroid, we are sending energy downward toward the brain. We are making the connection of thyroid with the pituitary gland. And as soon as we put the thyroid gland point, then we put the next point, that is endocrine gland in this pit. So we are putting two hormone points, one after another. So our first point will be Ming Mang. Second point will be UB11. Third point will be thyroid, and fourth point will be endocrine. So this is the first, the second, this is the third, and this is the fourth. And then we will put the liver, gallbladder, and kidney. So these will be the 5 number point. We can put 3 points, or we can cover with the help of 2 needles. It depends on our practice. If you want to use the seeds, you can use the seeds. And even you can put the same point in the body, those who are doing the body acupuncture. So let's see these points very clearly in other images. So let's see here. First point I told you, Ming-Man. So this is the Ming-Man point. We can see here in this image. Wait for a while. Yeah. We can see here the very clear location of Ming-Man point here. On the Ming-Man, it is written abdomen here. This is the Ming-Man point. We have to put the needle downward directions. In the ear, we can see very clearly this point. This will be the first point, Ming-Man. The second point will be UV11, which is in the neck region. So now I will show you the second point. So this will be the urinary bladder 11 or influential point of the bones. We can see here on the neck region. So this will be the second point. So we have to put these 2 points facing toward each other. So with the help of, we can do the tonification in the Ming-Man as well as this UV11. So this neck point, needle will be directed upward, but seeds you can put simply, even those who are not having anything, they can put the methi seeds, fenugreek seeds. This will be the second point. So first we have ignited the energy from the Ming-Man. Now we have discussed with the Minister of Bones. Now, third point. After that, our third point will be the point of thyroid. So you can see here, this thyroid point, no, they will not this point, sorry, this point. Because in the different phases, we have different point, location. So third point will be this on the gutter, but we have to put point little downward. We have to put the point little downward. So we can see this is the return shoulder point here. This point, because we have thyroid point even inside. In the auricular acupuncture, every point we have at 2 to 3 places because we have 4 phases in the ear acupuncture. In every phase, the location of point get changed. Or we are discussing as per the phase number 1. So we can see this is the gutter. In this gutter, this point is available, and we can start from the starting of gutter here, and we can cover till this shoulder point. This is the, because when we activate the shoulder point, thyroid at the level of shoulder, so this is also covering the thyroid point. So this will be our third number point. As soon as we stimulate the thyroid point, we stimulate the endocrine point just after the thyroid point, because both are connected with the hormones. So this will be our next point. This is the most important point. We can see here, this is the endocrine point, which is inside. Location should be very perfect and correct if you want to achieve the result. So we can see here, this is the point. Endocrine, who is hidden inside. Now, after this endocrine point, we will proceed to the liver point, because liver and gallbladder is connected with our ligaments, and ligament making the joints. So we can see here, the location in this image is little incorrect, so kindly correct this. We have to put this point from, we can see this middle bifurcation, and we have to put this point little up. Okay, instead of down, we have to put the point up. So that will be the liver point, and the finally we will put the liver point, then gallbladder point, 2 point, one after another, and finally we will put the kidney point. So liver, gallbladder, and kidney will be just one after another. So this is the kidney point. We can see inside of this concha. So we can see this kidney point here. So this is the completion of all the points. So those who are already practicing acupuncture, auricular acupuncture, they know the name of these points. So if you are already practitioner, then for you, that you know, the Ming Man means antihelix 11, UV 11 means antihelix 8, thyroid means scaphoid fossa 1, endocrine means that will be the intertragic notch, and liver to gallbladder, that is superior concha 4 and 5, and kidney means superior concha 6. It is only for them, those who are already practicing the auricular acupuncture. But for others, they can remember this with the help of these points. Now, this height increasing protocol has been mentioned everywhere, even in the master tongue acupuncture, even in the traditional Chinese acupuncture. As per the traditional Chinese acupuncture, in our body, we have three types of energy. One is prenatal energy. Second is postnatal energy. And third is kidney essence. So as per the TCM or traditional Chinese medicine, if your kidney essence is good, so kidney essence is like this is a one flower. In the flower we see if the juice is good, then flower will be looking like very youth. But you take out the juice of flower, then it will be wrinkled and dry. In the same way, in our human body, we have essence like a flower. If we have good kidney essence, then we'll be very youth. And when we are young, we are having good kidney essence. And with the aging, this kidney essence is getting degenerated. So with the age, we are getting poor teeth, poor bones, scalp hair is falling, and we are getting uh, low reproductive capability, erectile dysfunction. This thing all happening naturally because kidney essence is becoming low. So if, as per the TCM, if you increase the kidney essence, then you can increase the bone growth, you can increase the height. So for that you have to do number one, you have to increase the kidney essence. You have to stimulate the bone marrow because bone marrow is the factory. So in the traditional acupuncture, there is a one very beautiful protocol has been mentioned. We can look at here. This is the traditional acupuncture protocol. The kidney 3 and kidney 6, we are stimulating for increasing the kidney essence. The gallbladder 39 is the factory of bone marrow. So we are enhancing the factory of bone. The factory of bone inside of the bone, that is called bone marrow. The governing vessel 4 is a Ming Mang. Then we are enhancing the energy in the upward direction for the governing vessel 4. Then governing vessel 14 and governing vessel 20. Then UV11 is the influential point of the bone. And UV15 point, which is the Baksu point of heart. We can also add two more points. One, the Baksu point of the kidney, that will be UV23. Second, CV4 or conception vessel 4, which is very good energy enhancer. So now we have two options. Either we can stimulate the 8 point or 10 points. So we are doing the tonification in these all points in the right side. Why right side? Because right side is connected with the right kidney, right bones, which is connected with our bone growth. So if you want to increase the height, you can stimulate these all points in the traditional Chinese medicine in the right side only. Either you stimulate this point in the body, or you stimulate this point in the viol point, like in the sujok. We have seen the application of this point on many kids. Parents were having height 5 feet 2 inch, but they applied this protocol for the kids and they become 5 feet 7 inch, 5 feet 9 inch, just by using this 8-point protocol. We have to stimulate these all point on the right side only. So this is the traditional Chinese medicine protocol. So with the help of this point protocol, we are enhancing the kidney, we are enhancing the bone marrow, we are enhancing the Ming Mang, and sending the energy from governing vessel 4 to 14 and 20 till the head, influential point of the bones, and lung. When we talk about the Master Tung acupuncture, in the Master Tung acupuncture, as per the Master Tung, if you want to increase the growth of the bones, you have to work on this meridian, that is bladder meridian. Because bladder meridian is a very long meridian and which is connected with the spine. We can see here, this is connected, bladder meridian is crossing whole the spine. Not only in the spine, it is going, crossing whole the body, going downward. We can see this bladder meridian going downward, also coming in the legs. We can see here, this meridian is supplying all the bones and even coming in the legs. And as per the acupuncture, I told you, if you want to give the growth in the bones, then you have to work on this kidney element. Kidney and UB both belong to the same family. So if you want to work on the urinary bladder, UB channel, how can you work? If you want to work on the UB channel, like see, I am not going on the concept because it may take long time. Just I want to tell you one thing. In the Master Tung acupuncture, we are working as per the organ clock. As per the organ clock, the timing of UV is 3 to 5 in the afternoon. And the opposite timing, 3 to 5, belong to lung in the morning. So as per the Master Tung acupuncture, if you want to work on the UV, work on the organ who is having opposite, in the opposite timings. So if you want to work on the UV, you work on the lung. So in the Master Tung acupuncture, there are 2 points. Just 2 points has been mentioned, 22.01 and 22.02. They are on the lung meridian. And as per the Master Tung acupuncture, if you stimulate these 2 lung points, they will enhance the growth in the urinary bladder. I will show you the image of these 2 points. They are very simple. So look at this image. We can see this palm here. In the Master Tung acupuncture, this whole area has been considered as a lung meridian. This whole area has been considered as a lung meridian or lung area. In this area, there are 2 points. Point number 1 and point number 2. They have been considered as a 22.01 and 22.02. So how we are measuring them? From the junction, we are going 1 thumb away, means 1 chun. Then again 1 thumb away, means 1 chun. On the junction of this bigger muscle or thinner muscle and this thinner, smaller muscle, we are telling this muscle is thinner. So we have 2 points, or you can put in the Google the Master Tung point 22.02 and 22.01. They are the best point for increasing the height. So this is the completion of this protocol. This is good for the person who is practicing Master Tung, or those who are doing the acupressure. They can just do the acupressure on this thinner muscle. Means if you are doing practicing acupressure, then you can just do the acupressure here in this area. So this may enhance the lung, and with the help of lung, you will work on the urinary bladder, and with the help of urinary bladder, you can increase the height. And the person who is crying a lot, the person who are all the time in the depression, the person who are all the time in the sadness, their lung will be weaker, and it will be very difficult to grow the height for them. So now please suggest the patient if they are suffering with this emotional instability. So this is the completion of the treatment and completion of the protocol. Now the question comes that what should be the frequency? So I will suggest you first 5 treatment we can give one after another daily, then we can move. So the frequency in that way. 5 treatment we should do regularly. Then 5 treatment we should do alternately. Then 5 treatment we should do twice a week. Either you are doing with the purpose of height growth or you are doing with the purpose of bone density. And after completing the 50 treatment, do the gap minimum of 7 to 10 days. That resting period is very much required because many times effect coming during this resting period. Okay, for many persons this is not possible to do the daily treatment. So you can call the patient once a week and you can put the seeds in the ear for a week. In that way, you can continue the treatment for many months. But this is the approach: 5 treatment regularly, 5 treatment alternately, and 5 treatment twice a week for the clinician. But you can also make your own protocol as per your intuition, as per your mind. This is the protocol which I'm using and getting good results. So thank you so much. If you have any question, you can ask in the group. We can apply at any age. We can apply at any age. But for the smaller kid, we should do, we can apply smaller points or we can do. Okay, now, so enough for now. So we are closing this meeting right now. Thank you so much. See you again.